And we're in, ladies and gentlemen, first episode of 2022.
It's 2022 and we're on episode 27. And do you remember we used to ride those bikes with 27.5-inch wheels?
I do remember those, yeah, man. That was way before Ben Z's generation, you know? That was a while ago.
It's actually, yeah. That's actually an old wheel size now, isn't it? It seems that way. It's becoming old, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sort of done in it now. Crazy, really, when you think about that. What's next, dude? Where do we go? Do we go bigger?
No, fine.
Do we go?
I don't know. I think we just keep changing.
Or maybe go back. We just need...
Yeah, just back and forwards now, I reckon, yeah.
You just need a World Cup racer to go back to 650B or maybe 26. Are you allowed
to... Could you ride a 24 on the rear and a 29 on the front?
Dude. Someone...
Would the UCO allow you?
I don't know. I guess. Can't see why not. Would they?
I don't know. I don't know what the...
Or is it against like manufacturers' policies or something, because then they'd struggle because they'd have to make them again, and I feel like there's a lot more of that maybe involved than what you might...
Yeah, for sure. But I'd love to know what the rules are, because, yeah, you would have thought someone's would have tried out like a 31.
You know, ages ago, I had Loic on the podcast, and it was when 29ers were just starting to become a thing. And he went on this like iconic rant about 29ers, and he was like, I'll never ride one. They're for old people like Greg. They're like so shit. And then the next season he was there lined up on a 29er. Or maybe like two after or something. It was like...
Yeah.
You have no say. You are riding...
No, you have to move on with times, don't you?
Riding this bike. So.
And also, what I do like about that is that ultimately all bikes are just fun anyway, aren't they? So
yeah, true.
You know, it's not like there's any like really not fun size.
No.
There's just some stuff better than other stuff at different things. And
although BMXs aren't fun when you get past a certain age, I'll be honest, not for me, they're not fun anymore.
I haven't even tried. I actually haven't tried a BMX for years and years and years. They look scary though, the head angles.
Yeah, the whole thing's terrifying, especially now that it's trendy to not have brakes on.
Yeah,
not for me.
Hellish.
You can keep that.
How have you been anyway, dog? How have you been? How's your festive period? How's the new year been?
Dude, how has it been? Great question. How's it been? It's been good, actually. It's nice to have some time off, I'll be honest. I didn't quite know what to do with myself last week.
Yeah.
I was like, this week, we're recording on Friday, and the episode's not coming out until Wednesday, which is...
Yeah, it feels like it's been a long time. Doing weekly stuff feels like just normal now, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it's weird, man, not having to do this on the Monday. It was weird. Kind of nice, but also...
What did you do on the Monday?
What did I do on the Monday? I think I was still on holiday. So yeah, we went up to Northumberland, for those people not familiar with UK geography. Up north, further up north, and as you look at the UK on the right hand side, so on the east coast, above Newcastle.
Northumberland's north as fuck, isn't it? It's where that race was.
It's near Danny Hart's Bike Park is probably a good way of describing it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
Up near there. So we went up there. My mum and her partner had a place, like a cottage, sort of booked right on the beach. So we were like, right, let's hop skip up there. Took a bit of a road trip and just hung out for a few days. Spent New Year's up there, and needed a holiday almost when I got back. It was one of those holidays where, because it's a lot, isn't it? You know, just constant communication and like.
It's constant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a lot. And we just did a lot of walking. And I forgot to take my walking boots. And I also forgot my Wellington boots. So I ended up borrowing a pair off my mum's partner. They were a bit small. And then we went on this long walk on New Year's Eve. And it was about probably 8.5 miles on the beach over sand dunes. And dude, I was fucked. Like, I'll be honest. I like to think I'm relatively fit. And, you know, probably a lot fitter than my mum, who's 60 whatever, and her partner, who's also 60 whatever. And I was blowing, dude. I was like, when are we going to get home? Because this is really hard.
Were you in the wellies?
I was in the wellies.
I've spent a bit of time in wellies lately, and they're quite physical. I think wellies are physical. Yeah,
I was thinking about it a lot. I feel like what it is that it doesn't allow the ankle to move that much. So all of the walking movement is coming from various parts of your legs, which you don't use that often. So I was finding that my hamstrings and my quads were just killing because I wasn't bending my ankles. So I was like lifting.
Do you know what my theory is? Because I've thought about it. Because like I said, I've been spending a lot of time in them lately.
Have you got good quality ones? Just to interject, have you got good ones, or are you like me? You buy £4 ones. Okay.
No, lovely wellies they are. They're Barber ones. I got them as a Christmas present last year.
Nice.
Unfortunately, my foot was welded at 90 degrees at that stage, so that wasn't really the best for putting a wellie on. I couldn't really try them for size.
You got
But yeah,
slip-ons.
But what I think it is when you walk, your heel lifts off, and then you constantly use your toes to stop it from lifting off and rubbing. For me, anyway.
Makes sense.
Only a tiny bit,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to keep the sole of the shoe against the sole of my foot. That's my theory.
I'm with you.
I'd love to hear more people's welly theories.
I'd love to hear some welly
I
theories.
do like a welly, though. I love a welly, because you just don't get all the dirt in there. I've been using it for digging.
Practical,
lately.
man. Super practical.
Yeah.
But yeah, I walked eight
nice.
and a half probably miles over a beach, over sand dunes,
That's tough
up
in
big
wellies,
hills in wellies that weren't mine, that were too small. So yeah, I was beat.
Good on you, dude.
Thank you. I'm a trooper, mate. So I was beat.
You're a Wellington trooper.
I am. I'm a Wellington trooper. So that was us, dude. We got back New Year's Eve. We were all knackered. Ever had one of those New Years where
you got right on the
no,
beers,
not
didn't
all.
you?
Do you ever have one of those New Years where
yeah.
everyone's just sort of sat around looking at each other at like 11:30, like, can we just sack it off? I mean, it doesn't mean anything, it's made up anyway. But
You know, I planned a joke for New Year's. I found like one of those like 90s rave scene clips with loads of people gurning and doing crazy faces and dancing like like they're on speed because they're on speed.
like Bellends.
And but then I fell asleep before I could even upload it and do the joke.
Oh.
How miserable is that? So I didn't even see. I didn't even have an opportunity to do a joke. I was fast asleep.
Oh.
Sober as a judge, fast asleep. What are you doing, dude?
Slightly different topic, and we'll come back to this. But like, I found it hilarious that Deeks did a whole like photo shoot and video in a Santa suit and forgot to post it. That is the funniest thing to me, that you'd go and do that and then forget to post it. I don't think I'd ever forget to post that, right? Ever.
That is brilliant, isn't it? I didn't realise that, actually. That's so
Yeah,
good.
he's like, I forgot to post this, so here it is. Like, who forgets to post riding in a Santa suit? That's when you know your life's insane.
It's funny, isn't it? Yeah. Like, I think people are really like on it with YouTube. They have like I speak to some of my friends. I'm really not like this. When I make a video on YouTube, I'll like film it, edit it, export it, upload it, and then that night it's going up.
Yeah.
I don't care what day it is. It's going up that night.
Yeah.
Whereas people have like Bernard has like backlogged
Oh, really?
4 videos, and same as Deeks, he's got like 8 videos backlogged.
Yeah, I'd struggle with that as well.
I'd love to have that problem.
Yeah,
I
I'd struggle
just
with
want
that.
to get it up.
I'm always like that with doing this. I mean, we're recording now on a Friday. No, the having, Wednesdays are our day now, man. We own Wednesday. Wednesday's done. Orange Wednesdays are done. It's Ride
Everyone else
Companion
fucked,
Wednesday. So
Yeah,
I am
what
a bit
else do you
like...
get on a Wednesday?
Huh?
What else do you get on a Wednesday? You just get Ride Companion, do you?
Yeah,
It's
nothing.
our day.
Nothing. It's Wednesday, it's Ride Companion Day. So, like, we're recording on a Friday, so the old me, though, would have been like, right, well, we're done. We might as well just put it on the internet.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's kind of weird to, like, think about holding stuff back.
Yeah.
And I've done that when I've made clips as well. You're like, right, release one a day. Whereas really, I'm like, well, I've made 5. I could just post 5 and then never have to worry about it again. Weird.
Actually, George has started listening to another podcast because we missed an episode, and I wonder whether this is going to happen. Yeah, I wonder whether we're going to lose people because we've broken it now. Now then, they might be moved. They might have moved on to the next thing. I don't know what other podcasts are out there that you'd want to listen to on a Wednesday. But
There's not many. You'd listen to it and be like, nah, not for me. But
it's just not as good. They don't talk about nothing as much.
How was your New Year's though,
Benny,
anyway, man?
Yeah, it was good, thanks. It was good, actually. It was just a normal night, actually. But life is good.
Good.
Life is good. I enjoy. Yeah. All is well.
Good.
All is well. I did literally. I can't even remember what it was that we did. Oh, I do remember. Yeah, I went for a meal with Bernard, and then we all went home.
Oh,
that was it.
Well, that's perfect, isn't it? That's
quite cute, isn't it?
I mean, it's the same, innit? It's like Christmas. It's whatever. It just comes and goes.
When I was younger, it was different. I was more crazy.
What, for New Year's?
Go out and I used to go out and drink loads. Whereas now, I just don't care. It's like, I'm not good at that stuff. But we obviously have young Ben Z here.
Yep.
And I'd like to know what young Ben Z did for New Year's. I'm actually fascinated.
Thanks for coming as well, Benny. I know you've missed a few episodes, mate, and it's nice that you dip
it's lovely
in.
having you
It's nice
here.
that you
I
dip
like
in
it,
and
yeah.
out every now and again, man.
Dude, I love being here. What did I do? Well,
You're moisturised as well, homie.
always,
Yeah,
fresh shave, always moisturised.
Oh man,
don't shout them out.
Yeah,
don't say it.
bulldog.
They never responded to the DMs. Don't
Sorry.
say it. That's Nivea,
what
and
did I
you know
do?
it.
Nivea only. Sadly, my girlfriend had COVID, so we couldn't go out. We were going to go Pop World in Guildford.
Oh, that would have been a classic story as well.
Pop World in
Exactly.
Guildford. Tell me about Pop World
Yeah.
in Guildford, man. What is Pop
Dude.
World in Guildford? Because it sounds
Pop World-
shit. What is it?
Pop World in Guildford is the probably cheesiest club there. It's like 80s, 90s music, cheesy vibes. We did it
Floor
in...
lights up, doesn't it? And it smells
Yeah.
sick. Yeah.
And it's like you put your foot on, you peel your foot off when you're walking.
Yeah.
You have to wear wellies when you go in there, eh?
Got to be wellies only.
Yeah, okay.
We went there in 2019 to 2020, so we started the year off right before COVID came and hit. So
Yeah.
we were going to do it again this year, but sadly we couldn't.
It's a shame.
So instead we just did a 4am at her family friends, at her cousins.
Oh, nice.
What's a 4am?
Just up until like 3:30, 4, finally got home.
Really?
So do you get hammer time drunk, Benny?
No,
I've never seen you hammer time drunk.
no. I don't know, I don't really get drunk.
Do you not? What you're too heavyweight or what?
I wish I was ever. No, I don't know. I like the
Just
odd
not
drink
into
here
it?
and there. Not really.
Not really,
my
no.
thing.
What do Gen Zs drink? Like, what's your drink of choice if you were to have a drink indoors or outdoors? Do you have different drinks for indoors or outdoors?
Nice.
If I go to the pub, I'll probably have like a record leg cider or a cider black.
Oh, fruity.
Yeah, fruity. Or
Yeah.
I'll have like a white wine lemonade.
White wine and lemonade?
With a white wine spritzer.
White wine
Lindsay,
spritzer.
with a white wine spritzer, that's right.
Yeah. Or cocktails is a classic.
Oh, cocktails. What cocktails?
Or I love a pina colada,
yeah,
strawberry daiquiri.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We've got
Okay,
a,
all about the fruit, dude, yeah.
I love fruity stuff. Fruity, sweet stuff. Real sugary guy.
Yeah,
you
pina
go,
colada
yeah,
is
I'm a
my
sugary guy,
favourite
yeah.
favourite drink of choice.
So good. Yeah.
Is it, yeah?
What else? I didn't drink again over New Year's. Maybe I had 2 glasses of wine the whole time. This is a real
Nice.
we really keep it real here, don't we? Like we hold it down.
Gotta be honest.
We're not.
Yeah, gotta be honest.
Yeah, we're not. We're not inspiring people to get drunk and forget about the day. We're really.
I'm not saying I haven't done that. The best one I've ever had was in St Ives in Cornwall, and the whole street's like a party. And it was years ago.
Oh,
and we got
sick.
really drunk walking there through woods and along the coastline. It was amazing.
That's
and I have
pretty
good
sick.
memories of that. Like even though we got completely hammered,
Battered.
but I don't have. I can't imagine a getting hammered story being as good nowadays. I feel like I've just ruined it for myself a little bit.
It's fair.
It's just, I
I don't
don't know.
know.
It's fair.
It's just a lot of like throwing up or being unconscious. What's the fun of that? You don't remember anything.
Too much about tomorrow, but no doubt I'm gonna have another forest fire once again at some point. The forest fires come and they go.
Yeah, they do. You have to dip your toe in every now and again to remind yourself
Yeah.
why you left your toe out of the water.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to dip in, dip out. See you in a couple of years.
What's your drink, Davey? What would you drink if you drunk?
Again, indoors, indoor activity. I do like a nice sort of American beer. I like a Budweiser, a Coors. I like light beer.
Okay, nice. A light beer.
I like
yeah.
a light
Fair.
in a bottle, so you don't get too carried away.
Yeah.
And then outdoor activities. If it's sunny, I'll go pina colada all day long. Used to drink a lot of Malibu and lemonade back in the day.
I can't do Malibu anymore. Bad experiences.
Yeah, you see,
Really
you can
come out your
overdo it.
nose.
You can overdo
Yeah.
it. You'll remember that for the rest of your life. Coconut coming out of your
Normally
nose.
do it, innit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're my
Normally do
indoor
it.
and outdoor activity drinks, really. But I do, I always like the feeling. I like the idea of sort of sitting and having like a whiskey. I like the idea of it, of like sitting down, nice little glass of whiskey, sip away, but then you get it and I put it in the thing.
It's disgusting.
And then you're like, it's horrible. Yeah, it's disgusting.
Disgusting.
What are we doing here? It's disgusting.
I tried for years to convince myself. Like when you're at like a show and you're in a hotel on your own, I'd just be like, I'm gonna be fucking good guy at the bar that drinks a bit of whiskey.
Yeah.
And just on the rocks,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Always,
To know
always
nothing,
neat.
yeah.
Always neat.
And then always neat. And then, but I tried to appreciate the flavours, and I just haven't got it yet. But maybe one day I will. I kind of hope not.
But again, this is the thing. It's like I haven't had a really good whiskey experience yet. I want someone to crack open that bottle that's been, sat on a side in a little speakeasy somewhere. It's been there for years, and it's like, oh, this is the one, and they're gonna crack it. It's from, I don't know, 50 years ago or something, and you drink it, and you're like, I get it. I get it.
I think you've got to be pissed. So you've got to start somewhere. You have to be intoxicated, and then you can sort of accept the taste. For me, so I've had a lot of nights getting pissed in the woods, or like we've stayed up the trails and stuff, and we've just drank whiskey. And I've got to say, the first couple of glasses are really hard going,
But
and then you get
after
into it, but then it just becomes awful so quickly, doesn't it?
I like again, I like the idea of like a whiskey chaser. You know, you have a nice light beer like a Budweiser, Coors Light, a Miller Lite, and then you chase it with a, I don't know, a shot of whiskey or whatever. But again, it's more the idea of it than the actual practice. When you actually do it, you go, well, this is disgusting. I'd rather have a water.
Yeah, do you know when people say mixing drinks is bad, like why scientifically is it bad?
Oh, I heard. So apparently, it's not bad. People think it is because you tend to drink more volume. So you might only drink like 4 beers in an evening or something, but if you're mixing drinks, you might do 1 beer, some wine, some cocktails, and you've suddenly got more volume going into you.
It does also feel though like you put all those things in a bag,
and
technically
mix and just
your stomach and
throw them
around.
Yeah.
It's not going to be, your body's going to be like, what are we doing? We've got Baileys on top of red wine with Sambuca on the top.
Yeah,
Forget
tough,
it,
isn't it? Yeah, I never really believe. I'll be honest. I never believe that anything has a different effect in terms of alcohol. You know, when people, you know,
like
when
if you're a
people
good drunk or a bad drunk.
Oh my god, tequila like tequila makes me crazy.
Yeah,
being drunk makes you crazy. I don't think personally. I don't know what the science is. Gin makes me sad. Being drunk makes you sad.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just the alcohol
it.
is what has effect. I don't feel like anything else does, but that's just for me. So maybe other people have different.
Well, it's all made of the same stuff, so it must be just the sheer sense of alcohol. It's all made of ethanol, basically.
That's what I feel like as well. Like the alcohol, like we're probably. Benny, can you do some research whilst we're talking?
Of course, can.
Yeah, because I'd appreciate this before we talk ourselves into a hole.
Right, what am I looking?
So, what can we say? Does tequila make you crazy? Can you look that up?
I got
what could possibly make you crazy about tequila? People say that though, right?
I got a semi-funny story that actually I think was really bad of us. Although we didn't really do it, so let me just explain real quick. I used to spend a lot of time in Poland, and there's one time we go to Poland, and there was a guy in the village, and he used to make vodka, and he'd like put strawberries in it and all this sort of stuff, and let it sort of set for ages, right? And one time we ended up getting some of the really neat, like I think it was ethanol basically is what it was, and it was it's only really small, and I don't know how we ended up with this stuff, but it was basically like petrol, right? And it sat in my house for it was a little bottle, and I remember it being, don't touch that stuff, like don't do it. You sort of water it down, you put all cherries and all sorts in it, make it fruity, right? So me and a friend went to Download Festival. Typical me, I'm last minute packing, and I'm like, I'll take the ethanol. I'll take it. It's only little. I'll take it. Yeah. Then I don't need to buy beer. I'll just drink little bits of this.
Did you put it in your bum?
No, we just walked in there with it. It's all good.
Oh, I didn't think you could do that. All right, okay.
So it was only a little plastic. It was actually in one of those pots. You ever seen how they mix paint for cars? It was disgusting. Right, so it's in there. So we go to Download. We sat around a campfire one night. We're running out of alcohol. I'm like, I know what I've got. I've got the little bottle of 99% proof alcohol, which you should put like a drop in a bottle of Coke and it'll get you fucked up. So I get it out, put it down on the side of me, and I'm sat in a camp chair, and this piss girl comes over, dude, typical. She's like asking all sorts of weird questions, and I was really drunk, so I don't quite remember all the story, but anyway, somehow this girl ends up with this bottle in her hand, and she takes a pretty big swig.
Oh no.
Projectile vomits across a campfire, and then that was the last we saw of her. Like, she was
the vomit flammable?
Good point. I don't know actually, but dude, it was gnarly. Like, I felt really bad because it was if you smelt it, dude, you were like, it's petrol basically. It was 99 whatever % proof alcohol. It was,
wow, gnarly, eh?
Yeah, shit story, but you had to be there.
No, it's a good story. No, I don't think it's a stinker.
Yeah.
I've never done that. I've never been to a festival. Only NAS, National Adventure Sports Show.
Yeah.
But I don't have any any stories from festivals?
Yeah, I went down. I've been download twice. The first time I only went for a few days. It started raining and just pieced out. It was quite funny actually. Me and my mate were stood at the front watching. Well, not the front because we're not, goth heads, right? But we were stood watching a band, and it was pissing it down with rain. And we looked at each other and just went, "Should we go home?" And then my mate was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Should we go and get our stuff?" He's like, "Nah." So we just left. We just left everything there, whole thing.
That's so insane when people just set fire
clothes,
to their tents. Or
see you later, done, over it.
Have you ever seen Shaq in a mosh pit? That's quite interesting.
Yeah, I have actually. Like a wrecking ball. Yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah, it's so good.
Dubs, would you like the answer?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like the answer, dude. So this is the tequila.
What was the question?
This. Why does tequila make me crazy?
Yeah.
So the first line of the answer is all alcoholic beverages contain the same intoxicating ingredient, ethanol. Whether it's beer, wine, or liqueur, the alcohol is molecularly identical and affects your brain the same way. Tequila is distilled from sugars of the agave plant, which contains congeners, I think. But these congeners really only affect the alcohol's taste. They have no substantial effect on how your body and brain react to booze.
So I was right. Was I
You
just
were
right?
Mate,
Yeah.
you were right.
You couldn't be more right.
Love it when I'm right.
You're right.
Yeah.
So next time someone says that,
Thanks,
folks, and you're around and they're like, "Oh, I can't have a gin, it makes me cry." Say, "No, it doesn't. You just cry
No, it
because
doesn't.
you're sad and you're depressed."
There we go.
Yeah.
Brilliant. We've got to the bottom of some problems, haven't we?
Yes.
They are, Davey, you tell
Talking
him.
of sad people, dude.
I got
in my podcast notes. I have a gym experience. I wanted. It just says gym experience.
Okay, let's hear it. I love that you've
So
made it.
I was in the gym the other day. Me and Bernard were in the gym the other day, and we're using up two machines. Okay, we're using up a deadlift machine or squat rack.
Smith bar.
No, just a what do you call it? Olympic bar.
Oh, right, just the rack. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, so we're doing deadlifts, and then we're doing a thing with another Olympic bar where it's like a trot. Do you know when it holds one end of the bar?
Yeah. So you're doing like
You know what
above
I mean?
the head.
So two machines.
Yeah.
Two machines, and then we're just back to back. Anyway, whilst we're doing one of the exercises, normally the other person is on the other exercise. I've gone to have a drink. A guy's come over, and I'm going to be honest. Like, if I looked at the guy, the bad part of me would say, "This guy's." There's a high likelihood. You know what I mean? The bit that I try and ignore most of the time. The bad part of me, it goes, there's a high likelihood that this guy is going to be a cock. Right?
Why? What was it that stood out most importantly?
It's just, there's nothing, it's just a vibe. It's just like, like he's like a late 40s, 50-year-old guy.
Yeah.
He's probably pissed off because he's not young anymore. He's, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it's like the silverback. He looked like a success. I'm sure he's a very successful guy. Probably drives a lovely car, big house, all of that. The kind of this certainly where I live, I feel like I meet a lot of these guys, and I've come to notice them a mile off in Surrey.
Okay, that's fair.
Just an angry guy. He's the old silverback. He's over the top of the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. A bit. He's still in the gym. He's still working hard, but. Anyway, it turns out I was right, and annoyingly, I was right about alcohol, and I was right about this guy. So he's gone up to the deadlift bar. There's another station exactly the same, like a exact replica next to it. That's free. The gym's empty. It's the only reason we go to this gym. It's fucking expensive. It's always empty. He's gone up to it and gone to pick up the bar to remove some weights, and Bernard. Very politely, I was at the water fountain. He's gone. Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry, we're actually using that. And then he looked quite disgruntled instantly. And he's gone. Are you using this as well? He's planned this out, by the way. It became clear.
He's watched from afar.
He's watched from afar. He's planning it out. Are you using this one as well? Yeah, you can see that we're using that one as well. Yeah, you actually know that we're using that one, but you want to have a confrontation in the gym because you're sad about your life. Anyway, so we were like really polite and said, like, dude, you want to get a confrontation in the gym? Are you serious? It's the lamest thing ever.
Yeah.
So then we've said the other one's free. The other one's free, sir. And then he's got really pissed off at that point, and and he's told us to fuck off. Basically, he's gone around. Didn't think much of it. We were like blown away. Never had that in all my years going to the gym. 20 years going to the gym. Never had anything like that.
Yeah.
So we were like, fuck, jeez, like, hope he's all right, you know. Anyway, later on in the workout, I go to the dumbbells. I'm on my own at this point. Bernard's on the other machine. We were going to again have two machines and swap over. Like, if I'd be interested if our listeners have views on this. Whether this is a bad thing to do for two people to use two pieces of equipment, I don't know. It might be. I don't know. I don't know about gym etiquette. I've been doing the same thing for however many years.
I think it's okay
any
personally,
problems.
but yeah.
I think it's okay, right?
Yeah.
So I've gone over to the dumbbells. He's also using the dumbbells, and he's come up to me. I haven't said a word to this guy, by the way. There's no attitude that's come from either me or Bernard. I'm not there for a purpose. I want to get out of there. It's shit. It's not fun. Doing deadlifts, man. It's not fun. So I've picked up a dumbbell, and he's pulled his headphones down. Sorry, mate, I'm using all these. And I was like, all of them. I was like, oh, sorry, I just want to use this one. Are you using this one? Yep, using all of them. So he was like, you could tell he was up for like a punch up in the gym. This is a nearly 50-year-old man. You could tell he was up for it. And I was like, goodness, I really held it together. I always get that thing afterwards where you think, should you I don't know what it is. It's probably, again, the bad part of me. I have a lineup of different things I could say to him that I know would really fuck him off. I can't help it. I've always had it. I've always had that lineup of things.
Like he prepared for the argument, you've prepared for the insults, right? But you don't say them because you've got a conscience.
Yeah, it's probably because I got bullied when I was younger. And since then, I've had these lineup of slams, dude. Vicious slams. I could have slammed him in a number of different ways. I could have attacked his appearance. I could have attacked his life. I could have talked about how he was sad, how his wife's not banging him anymore. All of these things I could have given him, and I didn't. And I had that feeling afterwards of like, fuck, you should have. But then I'm glad, in hindsight, I'm glad I didn't.
What did you do?
So I said to him, I said, goodness, I've never met anyone like you in the gym before. And he said to me, this is how I... He said to me, fuck off, mate, you stink. And put his headphones back. And at that point, dude, that's when I knew he was full of shit, because I tell you, I smell good.
Yeah.
And it's near Christmas. It's near enough to Christmas where I really smell.
There's no limitations on that
really
Lynx Africa, is there? Around January time, you're doing it. You're in.
Nothing but Africa. I smell like Lynx Africa, like hard. There's not one element of BO. You know, I walk around the corner like, just check, make sure I'm sucker free. Just check. I thought that was so funny. 50-year-old man, dude. He's planning confrontations and he's telling people they fucking stink in the gym.
Gotta hand it to him. What's annoying though is you're gonna bump into him again as well, and it's gonna be.
I have since.
And was he kinder?
No, I'm not gonna ever be confrontated. No, he's awful. He struts around the gym, but it's just sad. You just got to make. I think with these experiences, you just got to like make sure that they never get repeated, and it's you. You know.
I just it's class. Yeah. That's funny, man.
I feel like I'm old enough to not be the young buck that he's threatened by, though. You know, it's not like I look like fucking young or anything. You know, I don't know.
We used to have a sort of. He wasn't a personal trainer of ours, but I used to work out quite a lot in a gym with a friend. We were quite a funny group, really, because my mate, who I used to start training with, was sort of like a only way is Essex looking guy. He was like tanned. He was pretty stacked, good looking kid. I used to go just similar to you. I just go something to do. Like I just fuck around, and you know we'd lift similar stuff, but I was just there having a laugh with it. Whereas he was taking it serious. You know, he was counting macros and stuff. And then another friend who I used to live with used to come. He was small and a little chubby, and there was this personal trainer there who used to just take the piss out of him constantly. He'd call him like tabs and stuff. And it was just, you could tell he just had nothing better to do, and he was just angry at his life. And he just hated this one friend of mine. Like he hated him. He used, you know, my friend used to have like a nice van, and he did really well for himself. So I think there was like jealousy, and the only way he could get back at him was like to point at the pathetic weights he was lifting and call him tabs and fucking just be a dick for no reason. You realise people's like motivation for being mean. You know, like that guy was like, he had planned it. I tell you what made me and Bernard literally cry laughing in the car is the fact that we were both aware
that had we antagonised him, he probably would have swung a punch.
Yeah.
And just like how insane that would be to be in like a posh gym.
Yeah.
Your life's essentially, it should be good.
He's turned up in a
there's
posh
people out
car.
there
He's pays his membership, and he's in there for a fucking
dude,
rumble.
There's people have to go to wells to get water, and then you're there swinging. Swinging at the young bucks.
It's insane. It's insane.
Man, yeah, very funny anyway.
Wow.
Very funny.
I'll tell you what, I just had a pretty fun experience which I wanted to tell you about.
Please.
There'll be more on this in the future, no doubt, but basically, remember when I had this injury? I broke some ribs in my back not that long ago. Well,
yes, I do. Yeah, I do.
Well,
vaguely.
There was a camera crew who came with the air ambulance, and I don't remember any of them being there, but there was a camera crew. So they contacted me after the event, a few months ago, and said, look, we've got all this footage. We work for this TV company. There's a TV show called, I think it's Ambulance ER. It's on, is there a channel called Really? I don't think I have it, but it's called, there is, right, it's on there. It's called Ambulance ER or Emergency ER or something like that. It's owned by Discovery Channel, really. Yeah, really. I just got that. So they make this TV show. They follow the air ambulance around. They go to all of the things and whatever. So she contacted me, this girl, and she said, look, we would love to come and do an interview with you. We've got the footage. We want to use you in the next series. So I'm like, yeah, cool. No worries. It's kind of funny, let's be honest. We'll get the joke out of the way at the moment. I've already done a show about air ambulances.
I was going to say, this is your second time,
This
isn't
is the second one.
Okay.
One of those people that floats around those reality TV shows.
Exactly.
Like, I swear I recognise that chick.
Just that guy, right? People will think I'm an actor, for sure. So they've been this afternoon, dude, and it was such a weird experience because I don't remember really anything from that day because I got knocked out and I don't remember really the air ambulance coming or my friend been there who lives local who came to help. So we've sat today and watched this footage of it, and it's like weird because again, obviously you're there, you can see yourself, but I'm like, I don't remember any of this, and I'm shaking, and there was a little bit of a problem which I didn't know about where the air ambulance couldn't find me. It was like getting lost and stuff, which is very similar to the first time the air ambulance couldn't find me. So I don't know what it is. I'm some sort of like radar detected is off, but they couldn't find me. So like you're watching the whole experience play out, knowing that it's you that they're talking about and it's going to be on TV, and it was a really weird experience. But so they've been today, and we've watched the footage back, and again, I don't remember most of it. I'm there, I'm shaking on the floor, I'm like really in shock, and the guy's like, it looks like his lungs gone, and it's really serious. We need to get him out of here really quick and stuff. And it's been a really humbling experience sitting and watching this footage. But anyway, so we're doing the interviews for it, and again, it's kind of awkward because they're asking you questions and you're talking into a camera about the experience and blah blah blah, which will no doubt come out terrible. But anyway, so then they're like, oh, we need to get some like B-roll of you like riding and stuff, and I'm like, okay. I'm kind of like at home though. I live on a road.
It's part 3.
I live on a yeah, exactly, yeah. I'm
get
like
out the choppers, boys.
They're like, okay, can we get some footage of you like in your house, like maybe get a helmet and tinker with your bike and ride and then ride. And I'm like, all right, okay. So we come upstairs up to where we do the podcast, and I got a row of helmets up here. And there's, full face ones and normal ones and stuff. And the guy was like, oh, you should really use like a full face helmet. And I was like, I don't know if I can really do that. It's almost like driving a car in a helmet. You know what I mean? It's a bit over the top for what we're going to be doing. But he's like, oh, please, it'll look better for the show. I'm like, all right, so I get it. Yeah. So in this thing, there is going to be footage of me in a pair of normal shorts, this shirt, this t-shirt, with a full face helmet on, riding down the road. it's so bad,
dude. Where does it stop? Because if they were like, yeah, fuck, we'd love it. Can we lose the shorts? Would you just run it? Like,
if it raises money for the air ambulance, I'll do it.
There you go.
It's just been it's been a very strange afternoon. And also what was kind of funny is we live in a really small house, obviously. So we made our living room nice because we're like, okay, we'll film there, but then they wanted to film like all over the house, and like they came in this little room, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I've literally stuffed everything in here. It was like full of shit. Like every other room was just a nightmare, and it's just, oh man, just such a strange experience. But it's gonna be on TV. I'll let people know so you can check it out. But
can we do a ride companion watch along?
That's a great
idea,
Benny.
Actually. Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
yes,
for sure.
Producer Benzie.
Yeah, for
just
sure.
like it.
Watch Davi go through the emotions.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I think if you can have these traumatic experiences, I don't know, given the choice, I think I would choose to have them documented.
Yeah.
You know, like you're good now. You're fine.
Yeah.
Like if someone told you could get attacked by a shark, but you're going to be okay.
Yeah, you probably have a film crew there.
Have a pop.
Be a good Instagram thing, wouldn't it? It was really funny because I remember being laid in hospital, and my friend who came to help sent me a bunch of photos that he'd taken, and I remember being like, "Who's that? Like, why is there someone with a massive camera? What's going on? That makes no sense at all." But yeah, the guy that came today was one of the people who usually does it. It's such an interesting job. He just sits with the air ambulance crews, and then when they get called in, he's in camera. Takes all the GoPros.
Those shows are so good.
Do you think?
Such good. Yeah, I really like them.
I've never watched one. I mean, the only one like that I've ever seen is Saving Lives at Sea, and that's just because I was on it. Like that's the only time I really watched it. Yeah.
Is there like a map of like all the shows you could get yourself in? You sort of like just ticking them off.
I think it's in the Winter Defiance.
Get yourself on TV. So yeah, looking forward to seeing it. It's going to be it's pretty funny. I was just joking around with him.
Good on you for doing it,
and I'm
dude.
like,
I think it's wicked.
Can I leave my Focus hat on? And he's like, yeah. He's like, can we make sure we use this bike? And he's like, yeah.
You've outperformed me as an athlete now. BBC.
Yeah, with numbers for sure.
Nice one, dude.
Oh man. So yeah, should be pretty funny, but we'll see how it comes out. It's just been...
Look forward to the watch along, dude.
Yeah, we'll do a watch along maybe. We'll see. I need to figure out where the channel is and how you find it. It's on Really. I'll let you know when it's coming out anyway. It's in spring. It's not for a little while yet, really.
That'd be really good.
Okay, really good. I'm looking forward to it. So should we find a winner of this, or announce the winner of this amazing...
It's about time, isn't it?
I think
it's about time. Look at this. This has been burning a hole in the floor underneath my Christmas tree.
Insane, dude. Beautiful. What a weapon.
Let's just do that pass through.
And there it is.
There you go. That's the prize.
There it is. Stoked. And massive thank you to everyone who's taken part and entered this competition.
Yeah.
Major thank you to Focus for making it happen. It's such a cool prize. Such a dope way to kick off a new year as well, with a fresh bike, a fresh frame.
I tell you what, dude, looking through all of them, it made me, after all of like the theft going on, upset people, shitty stuff generally in the world, it made me almost, until I realised I was fucking rock hard ledge, it made me almost well up how nice all of the messages are. Yeah. It's all people being really nice to each other.
Yeah.
But then obviously I turned around, I was just like, whatever, and did some press ups. But it nearly made me well up for a little while.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. It was.
I realised, yeah.
It was nice though. It's
hard.
nice. It's nice reading back through all the comments, and it is tough, this stuff, dude. Because I'd love to give everyone something and be like, here you go, but it can't be done. We think we've got the best possible candidate. I think we have. This guy seems like he really deserves this frame. Shall I read out why he got nominated? Do you think that's a good thing?
Yeah, why not? Why not, dude?
So I read it out?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'll read it out. So, the nomination came in from @Georgie Kale. And she said, I would like to nominate I guess we're announcing the winner.
We're announcing the winner, right?
Alright. He said,
thanks, Betty.
I would like to nominate @T4_Broski, whose real name is Brogan. Well done, Brogan. You've won yourself a bike. And she said, this year Brogan worked super hard and bought himself a Cannondale Jekyll 3 2019 model carbon mountain bike. After a few months of having this bike, it was unfortunately stolen and was never found again. Unfortunately, meaning he can now not afford to buy a new bike and missing out on many trips biking. If he was to win this, he'd be able to build up his own bike and go out and about exploring. I would love for him to win, to be able to go out and be able to do something that makes him happy, especially after a tough year. Now, that was nice enough. So we were discussing this today. We were going back and forth. Who deserves to win? You know, whatever. We kind of settled on this guy.
Tough. It was super tough.
There was a few. There was a few in there, weren't there? There was a lot, actually.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot in there. I think ultimately you have to make a choice at some stage, don't you? But
so then, what I thought was really interesting. So we'd almost settled on this guy, and then I checked the Instagram and looked at the comp, and there'd been another comment, and it just so happened that this comment was from @T4Broski's mum, and she wrote, which definitely solidified this for me. She wrote, @T4Broski had just finished paying off his bike, which had taken him over 2 years to do, when it was stolen one night out of our shed, along with a lot of his dad's precious possessions too. The bike was his absolute pride and joy, and something he worked hard to finally own outright on an apprentice's wage. Sadly, our insurance, we learned afterwards, didn't cover anything stolen, so we were all left crestfallen. Brogan very gallantly gave his share of the insurance cover back to his dad so that he could cover the cost of his beloved skates. We'll get to that. This made me both really proud but also really sad. To say he'd be over the moon if he won would be an understatement. I think he's wonderful and could benefit from this amazing prize. Best of luck, Brogan. And that got me a little bit, man. That got me a little bit.
Me.
So
I'm going to do some press-ups in a minute.
Yeah,
keep reading this shit out.
Dude, have a gin. Have a crack.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So, T4Broski is the winner.
God, such a cock.
I was trying to find gin.
So we figured I've been going back and forth with T4Broski's girlfriend.
Have you now?
Nothing sinister.
Come on, dude.
None of that now, yeah? None of that.
Come on, dude.
And this is where things could get a little dicey, but we thought we'd try and call Brogan and tell him he's won this race.
Let's give it a go. It's fun, isn't it?
Okay, so I'm going to do a
So
clap
our
here,
technology
Benny, just so we
has
can
come up with a solution, hasn't he?
So, yes.
Well, we think that's a solution.
So Ollie, I'm going to FaceTime you now, and then we're going to add in.
Okay.
Hopefully, once we get this up and running and it's somewhat working.
Hey!
Hello. How's it going?
I'm right, you alright?
Yeah, man, we're doing good, thank you. Yeah, we're.
You in a limo?
My van. I was just driving back. I was literally just on my way home and I seen the FaceTime. Who's FaceTime me? I was trying to ring you back, but I had no signal whatsoever, so I just pulled into a Tesco. I was like, I'll give him a ring back. Thinking like one of my mates or something. I did not expect to see you two.
Oh, that's wicked, dude.
That's cool, man. So,
How you guys doing?
yeah, we're all right, mate. We're just hanging out doing this podcast thing, you know.
Oh, is this a thing?
Sorry, I'm just having a little technical difficulty, but I'll get there.
What's going on?
Basically, we were looking at all of the people who entered this competition to win this bike, and you didn't win. You got 5th, which means you've won some inner tubes off Ollie. They're punctured.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're punctured inner tubes.
No, man. In all seriousness, we'd love for you to have this bike off us.
Oh, mate, you're joking.
No. Your girlfriend.
No way.
Your girlfriend nominated you. We've been speaking today to link this up, and spoke to your mum, who also nominated you, I believe, as well. So yeah, man, you seem like the.
Oh, mate, honestly, I had no idea. I've had like the worst day today as well. The van broke down this morning. I've been stupidly busy at work. Oh, mate, I want to cry right now.
Don't.
Oh, no way, dude. Wicked. Mate, this is so sick.
No worries, man. There it is.
Here it is. Oh, there it is. Well, good.
Awesome.
I've been trying to save up for the bike ever since what happened and everything. Obviously, been apprenticeship wage and everything. It's not easy.
No. So what is it you do, man? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit, like, what happened? I seen that you had a bike stolen.
Yeah. So it was January last year. just what usually happens is we've got like an outside shed, like couple locked up and everything. That's where you should keep all my bikes. Dad keeps his bikes there, his skating stuff, all like that. And must be about Friday night because I had a couple of drinks with my parents and whatnot at bed. And literally the next morning, Mum banged on my door saying, "Have you been in the shed?" I was like, "No, why?" Is that this wide open? I was like, didn't really think much of it. I walked in there, everything gone. Like my bike, all my dad's archery stuff, his skating stuff, all his trophies, everything. I was like,
trophies?
But yeah, because my dad's he is a professional. I don't call him a professional, but yeah, he does always like ice skating and archery stuff, so to poaching and stuff. He's got like medals and trophies and stuff like that.
No way.
And yeah, they just took everything. I didn't hear them at all. The dog didn't even hear them. And the dog usually wakes up to like a hedgehog or something like that. Yeah, they must have been in and out like within seconds, if not a minute.
Sorry to hear it, dude.
I was gutted, mate. Yeah, I saved well, it must be a good couple of years now since I saved that. Yeah, it was brilliant. You rode like every day, like always done like the Forestine and whatnot. And yeah, it's stolen. I was like, right, okay. I was kind of in shock, like for like the first like couple of days. I was like, right, shit, that's actually happened now. And we managed to phone the insurance, but unfortunately, the insurance, the bike wasn't really covered underneath the insurance because we had it under like house insurance, but they were just like, yeah, it's not really a lot we can do. And give you like a lump sum for obviously your dad's stuff and my stuff. And I was really gutted for Dad because obviously it's got all of his skating stuff, all his archery stuff, but it's all like personalised. It's all like he spent so on it. And I said, look, I gave him my share of the funds. I wanted him to get back on it, and I was like, look, I'll get another bike eventually. It's not, but you need that main thing. So I kind of gave it to him like that, and I haven't really been able to afford a bike since.
Well, you got one now, so we're all good.
Mate, I can't believe I'm so happy with that.
That's great, man. No, that's perfect. And what we'll do as well, we'll like try and hook up some parts as well, man. Like, yeah, just leave it with us. Like, even if it's links for like trade prices or whatever, like we'll make sure you can get this thing built up.
Oh yeah.
Oh mate, honestly, that means the absolute world. It really does. Like, I keep saying, George, I will get, because all she wants me to do is get on my bike. Because it's just like that's all I love doing. She's like going out to the Forestine or with my mates and just start riding. Like when you guys did the it wasn't the freedom, it was the Christmas, wasn't it? At the Forestine. I was going because I literally live like not far away. I was like, oh mate, that would be so good to like finally meet you guys and like ride with you. I almost got it. Yeah, who knows, maybe one day I'll be able to do it now.
Yeah, man, we'll come for a ride with you when you get this thing built up for sure. Let's do it. It'd be good to see this thing out on the trails, and we'll come for a ride with you.
Yeah, man. No, definitely.
Perfect. Right, we're gonna have to get this episode topped off, but we'll sort out shipping it to you. Do us a favour and just keep it to yourself for a little bit. This episode doesn't come out until Wednesday, and people are gonna want to see if they've won. Yeah, just keep it to yourself for now until Wednesday.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll keep it to myself. That's no worries.
All right.
That's no worries.
All right.
You're the man, Brogan. Nice one, dude.
Oh, mate, thank you guys so much. Honestly, it means the world.
Pleasure, man.
Wicked.
Be safe out there. See you soon.
Yeah, and take it easy.
Bye. Well,
What a lovely chap, eh?
it feels good to do good things, doesn't it?
Rad. Top bloke. Let's give away more stuff, actually. It's fantastic.
Yeah, well, that's what else we got. What have you been watching?
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. And I've got a cracker of a watch today.
Yeah.
I've actually got a good one.
Okay.
So, my watch is Soft Underbelly. It's a YouTube channel.
Ooh.
Now, this one was just one that got suggested to me by my algorithm. And I think what it is a bloke that lives around Venice Beach or around somewhere in Southern California, and he interviews people on the fringes of society. It's really basic as an idea, but it's absolutely amazing, I think. It's maybe a bit morbid, but I quite liked it. It's like, you know, if you see a homeless person, you have a natural reaction. You don't think about their story. Your natural reaction is like, you only think about their present story, don't you?
Yep.
And this soft underbelly, he just interviews people. Bless you, Benny.
Bless you, Benny.
He interviews people and he gets them to tell their stories. So whether it's a sex worker, whether it's a crack addict, they'll tell their stories, and the stories are always fascinating. They've never lived a normal life. They've always, there's always more to it, dude. And I think it's good to watch those things and think about stuff.
Okay, no, I'm with you. I think I did something similar. I recommended something similar, if I remember, about Ed Basemaster's channel when he talked to the homeless guy called Mike.
Yes.
And hooked him up.
Yeah.
And it was, again, dude, you have to always think that, you're only a few steps away from that happening. And
absolutely, yeah.
It is always interesting hearing those stories, man, to be honest. So, is it a big channel as well? I'm going to guess it's massive.
Yeah, he's got some massive views, He's got some massive views. I don't know, it just made me think a lot, like...
Is there a particular episode you think is the best that people should check out?
So there was one I think the first one, it was like talking with a prostitute or something like that. I'll find the link, I'll send it to you. But it was just like shocking, some of the stories she had, and she had like a lot of face tattoos, and you make a lot of assumptions about all of it, and then when you hear her talk, you just completely understand what's happened in her life. It's just like a series of events, unfortunate events,
I remember ages ago thinking about, starting a podcast and stuff, and it's just one of those ideas, I guess. I'd never have done it, but thinking like, well, why don't you just start a podcast and just sit down with anybody that you meet? Like, anybody.
Yeah.
And how random, like literally just random people. It's like, oh, do you mind just sitting down for an hour and we're just going to chat? And I'm not that guy, I don't think, because I'm not particularly good at interviewing like that. But how interesting it would be, because everyone's got a story, dude. Like, literally everybody's got a story, whether they're high profile or not. Everyone's got, and I think people,
absolutely, yeah.
People think it's funny, man. I messaged this YouTuber the other day. It sounds crazy, but he's called Liam. I think I spoke about him before. He does a channel where he backpacked across the UK. And I messaged him, and I create content, you create content, whatever. And I was like, dude, I just wanted to say, well done. Your channel's really cool. It's what's the word? It's motivating. It's inspirational. What you're doing. You're just doing a great job. And I just wanted to say, like, well done, because I make content, and I know sometimes it gets overlooked, right? And then he messaged back, oh, thank you so much, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, if you ever want to do a podcast, like, feel free. We could, we'll get you on, either with this or something else. And he was like, oh, I'm really not that interested, mate. I was thinking, yeah, you are. The fact that we're even having this conversation now is meaning I think you're really interested. And his like, headspace is, oh, I'm not interested. But I feel like, I know it's...
What, he just said that?
Yeah, he just said, oh, I'm not, I'll send you a thing. It's just like, oh, I'm not that interested, mate. And I'm like, well, you are, because look at your YouTube channel's really big and people are interested in what you do, so you are interesting. But people have this...
Do you know, I thought he was dissing you. I thought I'm not interested in your podcast. I thought he was saying, right,
no, he was saying, I'm not that interesting. Right. I wouldn't want to do it.
Poor dude.
And you're just like, of course you are.
Of course he is.
Of course you're interested. It's crazy, the fact that
we're
having
this weird
conversation.
One, isn't it? Yeah, but then, I don't know. I wouldn't say I particularly think I'm interesting. But somehow we've got a podcast, eh?
No, yeah.
I enjoy doing it,
So and that's all that matters, mate, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
absolutely,
That's a good one, though. I like that one. I'm going to check out Soft Underbelly.
Really good.
In
I tell you
what,
it really got me the most thinking about was just like perspective, because... But, like, all you can ever really... The problem with perspective is, like, I don't think of myself as judgmental, necessarily. But equally, I only view through my eyes, so I only see through my perspective. Like, I'm not gonna take crack cocaine because I don't. Like, from my perspective, that's a bad idea. It wouldn't be a good thing for me to do. It wouldn't be a good decision.
Yeah.
But like, when you think about, when you hear someone's story and you hear their perspective, or you hear, I can relate to a lot of those things. When, like, for instance, if you walk around and people think you're a piece of shit or whatever, you've gone in those shops. I've gone in shops, like if I go to Harrods, I go in one of those rooms and people look at you like you're going to take something, or you have someone following you around. I tell you what, it makes me want to take something. You know?
Yeah, totally.
Like,
yeah.
if you're
so
on
what
the
you're saying is
streets-
you're on the streets and people are looking down at you. It makes you
exactly
probably
the whole
want to
time
be like,
you just think,
fuck you.
fuck it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And you think, and your standards will just. It doesn't happen. It's not like it's not the same as all of a sudden Benny takes crack and he's on the streets. You know, that's not how it works. It's incremental steps down, and the steps down are from a rung in the ladder that you haven't ever been on. You know, So I don't know. It made me think. I don't think I'm doing a good job of explaining exactly why I liked it. But it's.
I mean,
worth
I'm just in my head. I'm thinking like, imagine you now, you're in your situation, and for some reason something goes wrong, the bike industry crashes, whatever, and you're jobless, and and playing definite worst case scenario here. But all of a sudden you end up, you have lost your house and you're homeless.
Yeah.
And your ankle's fucked up, like, and you're outside, dude. It's cold, snowing. Your ankle kills, and you can't get any medical treatment. Like, especially in America, which is probably where this thing is. I'm gonna guess it's probably an American thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't get any medical treatment, and then someone says to you, "Well, try one of these. It'll take pain away." And then you're like, "Okay," and it's an opiate. And next thing you know, you're like, "Actually, fuck it. Man, I've got no ankle pain. I feel way better. I'll have another." And then you can see how that slippery slope would gather momentum
100%,
quickly.
because it's not like you're on the streets at that point. Like the thing is, I'm aware that there's so many other options I have. I'm so lucky to have family that I could live with or something. So I've got all of these rungs of the ladder that I have to fall back on in between that point. By the time you're on the street, you're already like, it's not that much of a stretch to just be like, oh yeah, I'll fucking drink some of your weird liquid, Davy. For sure, that ethanol. Yeah, I'll be up for that. Like, it's cold. I've got to sleep in.
What
cardboard.
else am I doing?
I don't know. It just made me think. And I don't think I'm bad at that stuff, but you can always be better, I think. And like, it's good to watch those things. Makes you feel. And not in a car crash way. These are real people, and they're lovely a lot.
Mate, it's nice to be humbled sometimes. It's good. I think it's to keep your feet on the ground and watch that stuff and not just get caught up in other shit is important. I think it's something that you. So my watching is The Gentleman on Netflix, which is a Guy Ritchie film.
Ooh. Oh, good film.
You seen it?
I don't know if I've seen it. I don't think I've seen it.
It's good, really good. It's a bit like Lock, Stock. It's about dealing weed. It's really good, and it's the first time I've sat down for ages and not felt any pressure to pick up a phone or do anything else. It had me fully captivated for 2 hours, which is really rare, and it's one of those films where the 2 hours went by really quickly and I had no idea that we'd sat and watched the whole film. So
that's a good film, isn't it?
That's it's a good film when it's like that, right? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, really.
Oh, nice! I'm 100% going to check that one out.
Oh, please do.
I need something now.
Yeah, it's a good one for the flight.
Oh yeah, good point. Oh yeah, I'm going away, aren't I, dude? I haven't even talked about this.
No.
By the time this episode comes out, I actually feel so guilty about even talking about it because I feel like a spoiled brat. I truly do. I am flying tomorrow to California to hang out with Bernard.
Yeah, man, and people will already know you're there because you'll be posting about it.
That is true.
But that's cool, dude. I'm stoked for you. I think I'm obviously extremely jealous. I think you're an absolute. I'm not going to say.
Yeah, I know.
Because you get to go to A1.
Yeah,
but only because you
can
go to
find
A1.
that if you like go somewhere or have something fancy, do you feel a little bit like I feel really bad about it? I feel really like. No. And it's actually almost like a feeling that overwhelms the actual joy and excitement about the thing.
You know what? I have
this
this thing that I've said a few times to people, and it probably sounds so horrible and so.
Please.
I don't even want to say it. It's just bad. It is. It's awful because I've had it a couple of times. I'll be honest. Like, I live we don't want to get too deep. I live a nice life. I don't necessarily. I'm not out digging holes for a living. I'm not doing something that I don't want to do almost every day is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And there's been a few comments in the past where someone said something and I've just said, well, it's just life choices. That's all it is. It's just life. And I understand that could come across horrible because a lot of people don't have the opportunity to make those choices. But for me, that sums it up a little bit of like, well, it's just life choices. If you want to do that, there is a way you can do that. And I know the reason I'm a little bit hesitant to say that is I've seen that Molly May, that girl that was in Love Island, is getting a lot of shit at the moment for saying that everyone's got the same 24 hours and you can make it if you want to. And I appreciate that it's not the same for everybody. I get it. And I know that not everyone can be Olly Wilkins and go to California and randomly book
So
flights.
she's under fire for it.
Yeah. And I think that is why you will feel that way, dude. And it's why, and it is a thing. Like, it's natural to feel that way. But again, and when I say life choices, it goes all the way back to choices for school where you were like, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, go after this career in mountain biking, and that's what it is. This is what it is now.
Yeah,
You don't get that vibe.
Well, I just think I'm spoiled and I feel bad about it.
So what would you rather do? Why don't you just quit it all and get a job tarmacking?
Well, I don't want to. I want to go to California, dude.
Well then, get on with it. Enjoy it.
It was 500 quid as well. I was quite impressed with that. Flights
really
aren't that
good.
much.
That's really good.
500 quid.
Yeah.
And I thought, do you know what I thought, honestly, dude? My job is to make biking content, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's been tough lately, Liz. People haven't been around. It's been raining. I've done a lot of digging. I've spent a lot of time on my own, banging out miles. I just thought, the opportunity's there. 500 quid. You find yourself in LA. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to try and make it big in Hollywood.
This is it. Hollywood. Right?
This is it. I'm going to try and make it big in Hollywood.
Hollywood.
I'm going to go to a couple of auditions.
Mate, that would be the dream. If you set that up and went and did an audition and filmed it.
Like Mike Ride style.
Yeah.
With their helmet on.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I reckon that Francis, he got... Benny, can you enlighten us on this? That Francis dude who does the trains and stuff.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say he was inspired by you?
I was gonna, but then I realised actually there's on the biking Francis Bourgois or whatever his name. Yeah. But he's got shut down. He's got revealed as a fake, hasn't he?
Oh, isn't his name Kyle?
Benny, can you look this up whilst we talk
I think
about
his
it?
name's
I always
Kyle.
had a slightly creepy feeling.
Okay, is Francis Bourgois a fake? Let's find out on air. This will make a great YouTube clip.
But I think someone said something. Yeah, I think someone said something to me about it.
I feel like people had gone back through his Instagram account and noticed that it originally started as a different name, and that name is Luke something. And this is more of a character.
His name is different.
But also, I feel like you can see through characters quite easily a lot of the time. If someone's playing, because there's obviously something going on there, like I think it's
Luke
okay to say
Nicholson.
There you go. I think it's okay to say there's some. I feel like there's some learning difficulties going on or something. Yeah. I don't think it is personally. I feel like you could see straight through it, and at some point that character would have some dents in it, but maybe not. It's TikTok videos to 15 seconds. I don't know.
So what's the verdict, Benny? Have you got the verdict on whether Francis is real or not? I watched him and I kind of thought, I mean, either he's real, and then what we do? Are we laughing with him? I think it's like I think it is nice because it's like the joy of. It's like nice watching someone enjoy something.
And can I also just say that no matter what, like if you are doing something like that and you start getting 1 million views, whatever, 10,000 views,
he didn't ask for it. He's already.
Do you then play into that character a bit more though?
Yeah.
Do you lean into it, don't you? Like you're like, okay, the funny noises. That makes
because then the joke becomes funny. It becomes funny about that you get so many views. You're like,
the angle. I mean, who's seen the angle and gone, that's a good angle, actually. I should film more with that.
And that's what I mean. He's been watching Mike Rides.
Yeah.
I rest my case, dude.
Yeah. I think
it seems like well, as far as I'm aware, he does have a deep love for trains and running after trains. But the headline I'm reading is this TikTok famous train spotter a secret fuckboy? I mean,
I feel like you'd see straight through that. There'd be some gym work going on if he was a fuckboy. There'd be some sort of like leaning into some kind of fashion.
Well, it says here that he had a passion for model trains since he was a preteen, but when he started in new school, he decided to change his look to fit in selling his model train to pay for a gym membership. So he tried once.
He didn't go to the gym though.
He didn't go to the gym and went back to the trains.
Those trains.
So there's actually not a. So I've actually made it up that there is like controversy around.
There is controversy. I mean,
yeah.
he has been shown to be a bloke called Luke Nicholson, not Francois Bourgois.
Is that his name? Francois Bourgois.
I'm not mad at the name.
Francis is a great name, man. To be fair,
Francois.
I would have picked Thomas. I mean, if I was that into trains,
Fucking.
You know,
Of course, it writes
Why?
itself, right?
just
Who
Thomas.
could have guessed?
Yeah, that's great.
Thomas,
I like that.
yeah.
Thomas the train spotter.
I'd have picked
Yeah.
Thomas. That's funny. Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something. I don't know. I'm on the fence with that one totally. I feel like you'd see straight through that character. At some point, you'd be like, "This doesn't make sense." Anyone who watches it thinks the same thing. He's obviously have something going on, special, whatever you call it, and he is just really into trains, and that's just what he is.
Loves trains.
You know, you can be on the spectrum and be successful. So
I think one thing we can all agree on: Francis or Luke loves trains.
loved. And was at Freedom Ride.
What?
He was at Freedom Ride.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, there's a video.
Oh yeah. That video is good. I like that video.
You're like, was he? That's an opportunity
Yeah, I was
missed.
like, fucking what? Before he was famous? What, he's into biking?
All right, man. Ollie, I got a question for you.
Please.
Now, I thought we'd probably go a little bit deeper on this, but we're not going to because we're going to run out of time. So I'm going to ask you 2 questions.
2 questions.
450 podium, A1. 450 champion, A1. Series, sorry. 450 podium. We're going to do some Supercross picks right now. We're coming in hot. Because this episode is going to be out by the time A1 is done, which is a nightmare. But let's see if you're right or I'm right.
So A1 podium.
A1, just winner, I reckon. We can
Bam,
go-
bam. That's
going-
who I'm
okay,
going for.
Okay. Well, let's do podium. I want podium, actually. That's way better.
Can we just do winner?
Okay.
Can we just do winner? Let's just.
You're
do
going
winner.
bam bam. 4th
I'm
year
going
in a
bam,
row.
bam. Yeah, that would. Yeah, exactly. It's not really much of a. But I just feel like he's set up for A1 wins. Maybe the pressure will get too much. Who knows?
And 450 title.
And I'm
At
excited
the
for it.
end of the season, who's going to be the winner? And we're going to look back on this and see if you were wrong.
So
which
what are
you
the
will be.
team changes that we?
Dude, there's a lot of team changes
There
involved. So
is.
some of the biggest ones are going to be Eli Tomac has gone from Kawasaki to Yamaha.
Yeah.
Jason Anderson has gone from Husqvarna to Kawasaki. What else we got? Malcolm Stewart is on a Husqvarna, taking Jason
Yeah.
Anderson's ride. We've got... God, there's loads, man. Marvin's still
We've
on
got
a...
Cooper Webb's changed trainer.
He's changed trainer from Alden Baker to
It's hard
his
to
own
bet
little
against
program.
him, isn't it? It's hard to get a bet against him.
Yeah.
But I'd love a Roxon. I'd love a Roxon. I would. I kind of just want Barsha to win Anaheim just because I think it's cool to just constantly win Anaheim.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to go with I'd love a Roxon championship because I feel like it's been. Yeah, can I have Roxon?
Yeah, Roxon's yours, mate, for the championship.
Thanks.
We should do these predictions. They're quite good. So I'm going to go
Yeah.
A1 winner 2022. It's going to be Aaron Plessinger.
Oh, okay.
Don't ask me why. I just got a feeling in my gut.
I like it. Have
Alright.
I been too boring picking the guy? I didn't realise he'd won it that many times in a row.
He's won it
4th
3.
time in a row. Yeah,
Won it
that
3.
4th time in a row. It's a bit boring picking him, isn't it?
Yeah, but something to do in it. And I feel like, dude, he's 2nd year on the gas, settled into the team, settled into the bike. I feel like odds are very much... I'd have picked Bam Bam if you hadn't, put it that way.
Okay, cool. I'll pick him then. I'll go with it. I actually think it'd be so hard to do something 4 times in a row. It really would, wouldn't it? It'd be so... The pressure would be unbelievable.
Oh,
But I
God,
think
yeah.
all of these people are like robots and pressure is a different thing to them.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they race... Yeah, exactly. They do a
a
long
different thing, innit?
season and they race week in, week out. It's like... Yeah.
For the championship, I am going to go with my gut and go with Eli Tomac.
Nice. I've heard he's swinging.
Dude, he's going to be swinging
Yamaha.
on that Yamaha.
Because what was it? On the Kawasaki, he was sort of on his own. This is probably really boring to people that don't follow the Supercross.
Yeah, but it's interesting how many
I mean,
people
I don't
get
follow
into
it
it
that
because
much,
we
but
talk about it
yeah.
sometimes. So it's cool.
So I think Tomac was doing a lot of training on his own.
Yeah. He
on
used to live out in
Kawasaki,
hills
and-
doing his thing. Yeah.
And now he's got, who's it, Ferrandis
Ferrandis, yeah.
on his team.
Yeah.
So now he's got like a team environment. I think
And
that
also all the
worked really
250
well for
guys
people.
on Star Racing too. So
Yeah,
he's got
yeah.
the other ones. Christian Craig's on that team as well, I think.
Yeah.
There's a few, isn't there? They all won championships last year.
Doesn't roll off my tongue, this stuff. It's
No, Cooper?
I should have researched beforehand.
Yeah. Justin
But
Cooper.
yeah, he's on a bigger team. and he's switching everything up. So yeah, I've heard Tomac coming out quite hard.
Let's see, man. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I was a little bit behind the 8 ball on all this stuff. Usually with Supercross, I'm on it and I know what's going on, but I've not really had chance through Christmas and New Year or whatever to sort of catch up on everything. So I've watched a few preview shows today, just trying to figure out who's gone where and what's happening.
Yeah, that's all I've watched, the preview shows.
Yeah, the Dirt Shot one's really good, actually.
Yeah, that is cool, isn't it? I've heard from someone, I can't remember, someone in it, I've heard from someone that Tomac's swinging. Obviously everyone is, but you know, when people when there's pre-season chat, it's like, oh, Tomac, you should see Tomac.
He's looking good on that Yamaha, man. Good, that's cool. I'm excited. So yeah, see what happens, dude. I'm jealous you're going, but at the same time, I'm stoked you're going as well. I'm looking forward to seeing some footage from you or whatever you get to do out there.
Shall I go live at the Supercross?
Oh, please do.
It'd be quite funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah, do it. Listen up, folks. If there's one thing I know about our listeners, it's that you are a bunch of go-getters. It's a new year, folks. And if you're anything like me, you've been making plans to make 2022 the best year ever. We're going to rip this thing to pieces. We are coming in hot. Got a fresh set of goals, organised calendars, maybe a gym membership. You got all these things written down and you're ready to attack. But don't you dare leave the house ready to sling dick without a fresh set of nuts. Simple. I took care of my junk just the other day. So, why on earth would you want to be this guy when you can be this guy? Manscaped, we have you covered. First up, the all-new Performance 4.0 package includes the Lawnmower 4.0. This trimmer is insane. I dare say it's the best ball trimmer I've ever used. Maybe of all time. I don't know. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade. Reduces grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe TM, that's how you know it's legit, technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor. A new multifunction on-off switch can engage a travel lock, which is awesome if you do a lot of travelling, like our mate Olly Wilkins. And it gives you the ability to turn on the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. Oh, did I mention this trimmer is waterproof too? So if your partner has stopped letting you inside the house because you're shedding hair like some sort of stray dog, you can do your manscaping outdoors in the rain. What's not to love about that? Once you've done taking care of the family jewels, you gotta seal the deal with Manscaped's liquid formulations. Their crop preserver ball deodorant for before leaving the house, and their crop reviver ball toner for a mid-ride ball check. That's right. Trust me when I say this, fellas, your balls will thank you. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0. The Manscaped boxers and their shed travel bag. This thing is legit. Just look at it. Bring your comfort and boxers to another level. Now here's what I'm going to do for you folks. I'm going to make your day. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code RIDECOMPANION20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping. Comes straight to your door for free. You don't have to drive anywhere, do anything. No crazy business. No meeting someone on the corner, exchanging things like a dodgy little druggie dealer. No, free shipping to your door. Your balls have been through enough in 2021, folks. Treat them with a bit of respect. Treat them with the best tools for the family jewels. Manscaped. Also, you're going to be helping support the podcast too. And that means more to us than any nuts in the world.
Done.
Do it. What else we got? I guess just also, man, we got to talk about some team changes that have come out in the mountain bike world.
Absolutely, yeah. We got some big uns, huh?
Yeah, most significantly, I think the Syndicate have really switched things up. And it's no surprises now anymore. I know we knew a little bit in advance but couldn't talk about it. But Laurie's gone to the Syndicate. Laurie's coming on the podcast team to talk about it, so that should be pretty cool. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. Jackson's gone there. Nina, and obviously they've got Greg. A couple of things that I wanted to talk about with this. First thing is pretty cool that they've got a clothing sponsor, so they're all on Fox. So, you know, Greg's moved from Fox, Petey's moved from O'Neill, Petey's moved from whatever. That's pretty cool. I think that's good. I ride Fox stuff, so I think it's dope. But anyway, it's by the by. But most important thing here is, for me, certain teams fit certain athletes. And why is that? And I was mulling it over while I was walking the dog the other day. You know, I sort of knew this was coming out, and I was like, okay, well, who else could have gone to the syndicate? And why do you have this sort of idea of who fits and who doesn't? You know, if you, for example, heard, okay, the Athertons are moving to the syndicate, you'd be like, nah, don't fit. But what is it that doesn't fit about that? Is it just the...
It's funny, isn't it? Because it's impossible to create a atmosphere. Like, all you can do is hope that you'll create like that cool team atmosphere, and I think there's a lot to it. Like, if you're racing and you're going around the world week in, week out, like, it's mega important that everyone gets on and everyone.
Yeah. But I feel like there is that vibe, isn't it, that a team puts out. You know, the syndicate is more of, I'd say, no doubt there is, you know, other things behind the scenes of winning races and this, that, and the other, but it does put out that fun, looser sort of vibe, especially with some of the guys that are on the bikes that aren't racing, like Loose Dog and all that crew. You know, like, they put out that sort of more fun-loving vibe, whereas like something like Trek is a very different vibe.
Yeah, historically, if you think about it, like Greg, Petey, Rat, it's like it's a pretty fun team, isn't it?
Yeah, the funnest.
Then
like,
they've got to keep it. Yeah,
and you'd sign for them. Like, if you had to go race downhill, you'd be like, yeah, I'll go on the syndicate, please. It looks like an absolute blast.
Yeah, you got to keep it going.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just interesting, isn't it, to see like who fits where, but ultimately like why they fit there, and it's just this.
I'll tell you what
attitude.
it's like, dude. I'll tell you what it's like. It's like doing a seating plan for a wedding.
Ooh, nice analogy. I like it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like it. I
tell you what, I've been on some bad tables at some weddings.
Really?
Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been on some tough tables.
When
you're a +1, you get stuck on like a bit of you know you're a bit of a peripheral character, and you get stuck with the other peripheral characters, and you're like, whoa.
Is there like a brand or anything? And we don't need to throw shade at anyone here, but like, I'm sure you get asked this a lot, and I'm sure we've done it on here. But is there anything that you've done, like a brand you've ridden for, and you've gone, I don't fit here? Because I feel like at the moment with your career and the brands you represent, you fit with all of those things. But there must be times where you've gone, this isn't
what,
for
like
me.
imagining what it would be like on a different one. Because I never have really, and I think because largely I'm not a real person. I don't have to do results. So therefore you get cut out of anything where, like, really people are only going to contact you if they get it and they're up for like a silly goose time, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not, you know what I mean? So you only ever get people that get you contacting you even. So
interesting. Yeah, but that's taking time to build that, right, as well. And
yeah.
That's a long haul, that, isn't it? It's not, you can't just step into that and expect people to get it.
Though. It's well interesting on Drive to Survive, isn't it? When you see people change teams and like whatever.
So sometimes they just don't. It's just not a thing, is it? It just doesn't work.
Yeah, like one of the weirdest ones lately on, which hasn't been documented on Drive to Survive yet, but it's Ricciardo and Norris, and they're like, I was like so hyped about those two being on a team together, and then just like it hasn't happened like I wanted it to.
Right.
Like Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris was a really interesting dynamic, and then Ricciardo and Norris hasn't been so far, is it? It's not that they don't get on, but it's just not.
I think they're too clashy. I think they're two quite big personalities, and they're too clashy.
Right.
Okay.
And Norris is clearly getting better results than Ricciardo is, sadly.
That's what's difficult. You can't just manufacture it. You can't be like, Daniel Ricciardo, he's a fun guy. Lando Norris, he's a fun guy. Stick them together. It doesn't just work like that.
No.
But of course, now we've got like Lewis and George. That'd be really interesting to see how they get on.
Yeah.
Like up and coming racer versus top dog racer. Is he still learning from Lewis, or is he going to start pushing above Lewis?
Like there's some interesting parallels with mountain biking as well, eh? Because if you would look at the syndicate, and you've got Laurie, Jackson, Nina Hoffman, and Greg, it's like, I don't know. That's like every generation, every category covered.
They've
really,
got it,
isn't
yeah,
it? Like they
yeah.
need a junior girl, I guess, or
Yeah, you're
Will-
right.
will
probably
this
a
be-
junior girl?
Jackson's first year in Elite.
no, he's already. Oh wait, am I being stupid?
No, he did
Yeah,
it.
will
He
be.
raced it last year. He won. When he
Was the
Junior.
No.
Yeah,
junior world champ.
junior
Yeah.
world champ, but is he in Elite
So-
yet?
I'm being really stupid here. I actually don't know.
I don't know
how
that.
old he is.
No, I don't know that. I think he looks like he's going to be, but
Well, he's not a bad junior to have on, is he?
no, he's not a bad junior at all. Well, I guess historically the syndicate have always had 3 guys in elite men, so it makes sense, haven't they? Or 3
Yeah,
or
I can't.
4
Benny,
even
you're going to have
times.
to do research. I don't know how old Jackson is anymore.
Mm.
Lost count. Like, how crazy is it? Jackson's been around that long.
I know he feels like a vet already, right? He's not even elite
Like,
yet.
he's already done a whole.
We've
biking
watched his whole
and he's
career
like,
happen.
Not in elite yet. It's insane.
No. Is he not worn out yet, or what?
Like, I swear he's a free rider the other day.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
What a G.
Daniel Ricciardo just did Gypsy Tales. I don't know if you've listened to that yet.
Did he? Wow.
Yeah.
I look
4
forward
hours.
to that.
4-hour combo.
No way.
Good one for the plane, maybe.
He's an
Yeah.
interesting chap. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I've not listened to it myself, but I've got it. Got it.
Are you a
queued up,
Formula
ready
One
to go.
fan?
Not at all. Hate it. But I
Okay.
enjoy Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
I think. Is there anything like that for mountain biking? You know, even the season previews for the Supercross have been really good, insightful. There's lots of footage of athletes training and
Yeah.
behind the scenes stuff. We don't really do that, do we?
I'll tell you what, Clay sort of started a while with the Atherton project.
Right.
He was like, they were the first to do those.
Oh, the
kind
Atherton
of-
project. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But
But
that
I
had
mean more
that
of
had
like a
kind of Drive to
broader,
Survive feel. Yeah, no, I don't think there is there?
a bit of everyone. You know, who's
I
coming
don't
in,
know if
who's
Red
hot,
Bull
who's
do.
moved teams, all that sort of stuff. I don't think they usually do. It's more of like a talky sort of, montagey sort of thing. Of old footage, I mean.
Drive to Survive is very well done, though, isn't it? Because like even the Supercross preview shows, you're like, I don't know, it's just kind of like one man who this and that,
Yeah.
and then make sure you tune in. Whereas Drive to Survive is its own documentary series. It's like you can find it interesting if you're not into Formula One. I think
Totally.
Like
Yeah,
I'm one of the people. I've always like followed Formula One very loosely, and now that since Drive to Survive, I follow it like
Religiously.
quite religiously. Yeah. So I'm one of those new school people, I guess.
No, I'm the same with you, Ollie. New school.
Yeah.
Last year was the first year I'd ever really watched of F1.
Oh,
Like, Drive
really?
to
Yeah.
Survive. I'd always watch Drive to Survive.
That's
because the
interesting,
re-
Benny, because you're very into your motorsports, aren't you?
I love my
Yeah.
motorsports, but F1 is really boring to watch,
Okay, yeah.
so I never watched it. But Drive to Survive just makes it so much better.
It does, doesn't it? You just
So
know the
much
people
better.
below the helmets. It's like that
Exactly.
is it, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did we get any insight on Jackson? Or
He was. I read a thing that he was 17 last June, so he may have had a birthday since then, or may not have had a birthday. So 17, 18.
okay, I've just messaged someone who will know.
Is it
I'll
18?
come back to us.
Is it 18 when you go into Elite? When you sort of step up?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Wow.
think so. Awesome. All right. Well, I've got a weekly challenge I'm going to set because I am enjoying that. Although we haven't seen many
Yes.
trails getting made over.
Oh, I got sent. I've been sent a few.
Have you? That's good.
Yeah.
I didn't see many, but again, we did set it, and then it's been Christmas and New Year, so you know what I mean. I kind of, and it's
All right,
pissing it down.
Yeah,
outside.
we'll find it.
So
Oh,
I'm
it's
gonna,
miserable, isn't it?
I'm gonna do an indoor one for people just to try and get, especially after Christmas, you've eaten too many mince pies. You need to do some sit-ups, all that sort of stuff. So my challenge, this week's weekly challenge, week 3 weekly challenge, is to attempt at least once, if you can do it every day, you're a hero, is to attempt the Bring Sally Up press-up challenge. If you don't know what it is, YouTube it.
Ah.
Oh, okay, so there's a song by Moby
Bring Sally up.
called
bring
Flowers,
Sally down.
and then you come up, bring Sally up, you press up, go down on, bring Sally down. So it's good if you want to get some bit of a challenge, workout challenge. It takes a couple of minutes and you can't feel your arms afterwards, so give it a shot. I'd love to see people try, post your results online, let us share them, see how many minutes you get through or seconds, and I think that'd be a
Weirdly,
good one.
this is a very strange link, but Moby is in a thing that was second place on my watching for this week.
Moby?
But Moby was in this documentary, and it was sent to me by one of our listeners, Andy Kane. Thanks, Andy. And it's called All the Streets Are Silent, and it's about New York City. It's about like hip hop and skate culture and how they're.
Oh wow!
It's super.
Where
it's
is
a
it?
rad
Where did you see that?
That is on. I had to buy it,
Oh.
but it's well worth watching if you're into either skate or hip hop. Or it follows a little bit like Zoo York and Supreme, so you'd really like it because there's like an element of like I don't know, streetwear business and their business like blowing up. And,
Oh wow!
you know, like Supreme's now like a.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's sold for, but it's sold for billions, I think. And it's like it's quite mainstream now, and it all comes from this hip hop and skate.
Oh, brilliant!
So yeah,
Dude,
All the Streets Are Silent.
All the streets, yeah.
All the Streets Are Silent, and that's on Apple Movies, I guess. It probably
I'm going
is
to check
on
that out.
other
That
stuff,
sounds
but-
really up my street.
Yeah,
that.
it really is. And Moby's in that anyway. It's fascinating. I didn't realise he was like part of like the New York City hip hop scene.
No,
in the
me either.
Late
Not at all.
80s and 90s.
My listening. We've got a lot of these now, but there's perfect segues. You just keep. They're just
It's
perfect
good, isn't it?
segues. Nas, it's got a new album out. It's called Magic.
Nice,
And
solid,
it's good. And I think everyone should listen to that. It's good.
nice.
All right.
Mine is Superstar by Group Home.
Superstar Group Home.
Group Home. Again, it's probably going to be I just put old hip hop every week, don't I? I should try and do a bit more, but it's what I last listened to, So
Yeah, I like it. Superstar Group Home. All right, we'll throw it in the playlist. I need to update
you.
that playlist. All right, couple of listener questions, and we'll get the hell out of here. What do you reckon?
let's do it, dude. It's been. I've really enjoyed this episode.
It's been a long
really
one,
loved
longer
giving
one.
That frame. That was brilliant.
Dude, that he threw me just a little bit then. He just sent a really, really nice text message. So
Yeah, I know. And also, he seems a super worthy winner. But also, thank you to everyone else for all of their entries. I don't feel like we thanked everyone.
No, we didn't. No, probably not well enough. So thank you, everyone. It means a lot. Honestly, I'd love to give something away to everyone all the time, but I think everyone should agree that bike has gone to someone who actually really deserves it and that needs a
lovely chap.
Needs a bit of a break. So there we go. Okay.
Boots and cats
Bam,
and boots and
Listener questions. That was all right, man. I'm impressed. At Norbs Gorpa. Ollie, what does S4P mean?
Sorry for partying.
Who had it first? You or Census?
Oh, don't. It was exactly the same time. It's terrible. It was like a big uproar at the time. I think it was like Clay came up with it in our group of friends. And it was at a time where everyone banged on about Bren not training. It's funny, really, because he was training the whole time. And then it became the name of our... Like, we just found it a funny series of words, and it became like, sorry for partying.
I like it.
Why are you late? Sorry for partying. But it seems juvenile and silly now, doesn't it?
Yeah. Can you keep me posted on the opening as well?
Yeah, we'll do, for sure, dude, yeah.
It'd be good to get down and do that.
Yeah.
At T Denman 93, do you peel a banana from the top or the bottom? I go
Depends
bottom.
what the top is.
Oh,
What is the top?
I'd say the top's where they all join together.
Like the stalk bit.
Yeah, the head of the
Stalk bit
banana.
that- Hold on a second. Bananas are all on a tree like that, so that's actually the bottom.
That's the top. Go
Right,
on.
so the bit with the stalk on. I'm going to do a demonstration, right? So for our listeners, I've got a banana sort of object here. The bit with the stalk on, like with the black bit, yeah. And then there's the other end has like the belly button bit.
Yeah.
Which bit are you saying is the top?
Well, which bit do you pull down on that banana-shaped thing?
Top.
So you go from the top.
How do you peel it? Can you just
That's
give
the-
a visual representation of
But
how you...
1, 2, 3. But when it's on the tree, that isn't the top, because bananas, I don't think they hang. Weirdly, I think they go like that.
I
See what I
you
mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Right.
You'd have to specify what the top and the bottom is, and I can't really do that with,
How do you eat a banana? Just visually? Can you just show how you?
Right, next question.
Do you take it from the top or the bottom? You tickle it first.
Question, man. Next
All right.
Question.
At Life of Alves, is learning to wheelie a must-learn skill to enjoy the bike more? I've got to a bit of a wall. I feel like wheelies are good for bike handling skills.
Yeah,
Because
I
for
think
balance
it's very
and-
useful. Yeah, and just brake control. Because
Yeah.
actually, it's not scary as long as you're covering the brake and you understand when to pull it. You're really fine. It's really a really useful skill. Yeah.
I think
And if
so
you've
as
hit
well.
a wall, then there's got to be so many instructional videos on it, right?
Yeah, Ryan Leach is going to be a good one.
Ryan's
Probably
Leach.
GMBN is going to be a good one
Gumben.
about wheeling. Yeah.
Ryan's Leach and Gumben do really good wheeling videos.
There's a question here that's going to really piss you off, so let's do it. At Tom_Milenkovic. Could say anything that, but I think we're close. Is there any difference between steel and aluminium dirt jump bikes? I'm looking at buying one.
Yeah, I guess I just like steel because it's like supple. And aluminium feels like that feeling where you got the tyres pumped up too hard, where it feels harsh. So yeah, we
You
were
go steel,
having
don't
a
you?
conversation. I like steel, yeah, personally, but
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's like, stuff matters less on a dirt jump bike, doesn't it? Because it's just a simple bike. Like, we don't bang on about geometry, size, this and that. It's just like a bike that you can nail and ride again.
Stay the same for a long time, so just hold on to it, I think.
Yeah.
Yep, keep it in the family for a long time, pass it down.
I like steel, the aesthetic of steel as well, I like. But anyway, next question, yeah, let's do it.
Mine's aluminium, isn't it?
Yeah, yours is aluminium, sorry, mate.
Sorry, mate. I need to sort the other one out. I'll sort that, actually. So, anyway. At Matty Baker 1985. Based on topography alone, well, that is, which UK trail centre would you put up your bum?
Topography, I was thinking it was topiary, which is the
What is topography?
art of topiary is where you shape bushes.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
All right. Manscaped.
Yeah, exactly. You can shape bushes with that. Whereas topography is...
I
Topography.
thought it's how words are written, like the style of which words are written.
the arrangement of the natural and artificial physical features of an area. So you could say, like... Oh, man. So, I think what he's getting at is if there's any phallic-like...
Chairlifts or...
Which trail would you put up your arse?
Is he saying what bike parks we put up our bums? Let's do another question. I like the question, but I just don't quite understand it. I feel like I'm running the risk of looking stupid here. I don't know
It's
which
a real
bike
thing,
park we put
Carl.
up my arse.
God. Okay, at John Chadwick 1990. If you were stuck on an island with nothing and you only get to take 3 things, but you're staying there for 12 months, it's a long question. What are they? So what 3 things would we take to a desert island, basically? To an island. So 3 things. 3 things. I go for it.
3 things each. I'm going lighter. Let's say
Together.
we're going to an island together. Yeah.
Okay.
That means it's 9 things, and it makes it a bit more, I don't know, less serious.
3 and 3. Oh, 9 as in all 3. Yeah. All right.
See what I mean? We're all going to the same island, so like I'm going to take a lighter because that's
So
sensible.
one each.
So now you don't have to get a lighter.
Okay. I'm going to take a book.
A book, okay.
Selfish, but can use it
That
to
is
light
very
stuff.
selfish. I'm regretting the lighter. Benny, what are you taking?
A fishing rod.
Yes, that was going to be one of mine. Benny. Well, I'm going to take a big old knife.
I'm going to
Okay.
take a fishing net.
Okay.
You can stand out there all day with that rod, dude. I'm
If
being
you
there.
ain't got a net, no
You ain't
catch.
catching shit.
Yeah, right.
What else, Benny? Last thing.
else do I want on my island?
No, we've all got one more,
Still
haven't
got,
we?
yeah.
Are we doing 9?
More.
Yeah, we're doing 9, dude. We've completely changed the question. Changed the
A
rules.
nice pair of pink swimming shorts.
Yes, of course he is. Of course he is. You've actually literally got nothing. Because I'm not down with being fucking naked in front of you boys for 12 months.
Okay, yeah, I'd go with. I'll take a.
Well, it's not your. Hold on, mate. Don't worry about covering up your piece. It's my go, all right?
All right.
I'll take one of those silky dressing gowns.
It's getting creepy. This island.
Fucked up.
This island's getting creepy.
Getting worse. Yeah.
Wellingtons,
Nice.
because I can go out and get the food.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Well, is there a shop on this island or what?
It's like
we-
Tesco.
Can we change items around though? We're not just
Waitrose
keeping it like
only.
That's
this.
it now.
Yeah.
No, that's the last one. You've got done yours now.
Okay.
I've got a fucking dressing gown. I'm pissed off. Ben?
At Funky D MTB, if you were reincarnated, what would you like to come back as?
It's got to be a flying animal, I think. I like the idea of
Bird.
flying. Yeah,
Eagle.
some sort of-
I'd eagle.
yeah, bird of prey. You'll be eagle.
Majestic eagle.
Majestic eagle. Benny?
Giraffe.
Giraffe. Nice. You can get the... It feels like it's getting towards the end of the episode, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Might be.
I don't know how Rogan does 3 hours, because the last few minutes can be tough.
Yeah, they can be, yeah.
Jesus.
I might be one of those fish that swim up your piss and go into dicks. I think they're mythical, but I like the idea of it anyway. Yeah.
I think they're real.
Because imagine you live your whole life and then you're just waiting for an animal to piss in the river, and then when it does piss in the river, that's the end of your life. It's like you're being beamed up into a spaceship. You
Literally like
just swim
Star
up the
Trek.
stream of piss, and then you get into the yeah. It is literally like Star Trek.
What do you do when
get
you're in
into-
there? You start.
Reproduce. That's your life done.
Mad.
Okay. All right. Let's do one more. Oh dear.
I've got to get packing.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been a fun episode though. I've loved it. It's good to be back, dude.
Okay, great question. At 2-1 Racing, how much would you pay to make Deeks do stupid shit on OnlyFans and record it?
Okay.
50 quid is going rate, isn't it?
It
Yeah.
seems that way, doesn't it? It does
Yeah.
seem that
But we
way.
could,
50
I
quid.
feel like we could do, with the podcast listeners, we could do a kitty and whatever's in there.
Yeah.
Maybe like levels every month of like nudity.
I'd like
levels
him
of
to
nudity.
sing that song from the Snowman. I'm walking in the air. But I want him to sing it like really heartfelt
That's a good one.
and naked. But I want him to really sing it like he means it, like eyes closed.
Just standing at an altar in a church or something.
With an oi oi jersey on.
I'd put 50 quid towards that. I'd like that in a church and Deaconator naked singing. Is it the Snowman?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
can be.
Yeah.
I'd do. Yeah, I'd subscribe. 50 quid a month is what I'd subscribe to.
Yeah,
Deeks
wouldn't
do
pay
silly
more.
things.
Wouldn't pay more.
No, it's like Netflix, but for Deek. So just each month he just does something stupid.
Deeks flicks.
Deeks
Deeks
flicks,
flicks.
yeah.
Deeks flicks.
And on that note, thanks for listening to episode 27.
It's been a blast, folks. Thank you so much. Appreciate the shit out of you all.
Catch you next week.